Hi, this is Maggie. I wanted to do the ephemeris, the transits for March 2018. Um, so I'll kind of begin with late Pisces. Actually, late February, the sun went into Pisces on February 18th. So we've had a whole lineup in Pisces. Um, so I'm going to begin with March 1st. The sun will be in Pisces. Um, there will be a full moon, and it's going to be at 11 degrees Virgo. It will oppose Pisces. Meanwhile, Pisces is loaded with, Venus and Mercury. Neptune is transiting Pisces as well. The sun in Pisces. So there's just been a lot of emotions and, interior reflection. Um, People looking within. Lent began, Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day massacre in our schools. um, so this full moon in Virgo, 11 degrees Virgo, will be bringing all of this into focus, into focus for everyone. And Virgo, of course, is health. It rules health. So there are still students and maybe teachers or coaches that are hospitalized. And um, so to move on, in March, it begins with the full moon in Virgo. And everything's in Pisces. And then on March 6th, Mercury will go into Aries. So it will be about communication. About communication, and Venus will go into Aries as well. And Venus is, well, if you have any planets in the first house or in Aries, it will be about, wanting to look good or present well. And you may want to get a haircut or do a makeover or, maybe get some fashion accessory because Venus in Aries, wants to look good, or the focus will just be on you more. People will perceive you as maybe more beautiful than I was going to say than you are, but whenever Venus is in your sign, it's a positive, and people are attracted to you. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's interesting. Both Mercury, planet of communication, and Venus go into Aries on the 6th. Some ephemerists say the 7th. So depending where you are. Mars, this is a highlight. Mars goes into Capricorn on March 18th, and it's been in Sagittarius. It's been in Sagittarius. And, oftentimes when a planet leaves a sign, when a transiting planet leaves a sign, then you can understand what the transit was about. There's been some violence in our country. The school shooting on Valentine's Day, February 14th, in Florida. So Mars going into Capricorn will bring that into focus. There is going to be a march. There's going to be a gun control march that the students and supporters of gun control. It will be in every city in the U.S. and it will be a fight. You're either with them or against them about changing our laws in this country regarding gun control. not doing away with the Second Amendment, because that's our Constitution, you know, the right to bear arms, but that that is not assault rifles, and that is what they are protesting, going to be protesting, and you know, a ban on assault rifles. So, you know, students aren't gunned down in schools. And yeah, anyway. So Mars is the god of war, the planet of war, rules Aries. And going into Capricorn, it will very much be in the public eye, and it will join Saturn. Saturn in Capricorn. Everything's coming to a head in the midheaven. Saturn, restriction. Pluto, you know, destruction, violence, transformation, corruption, abuse of power, all those things Pluto and Capricorn represent. Saturn is a restructuring, you know, what the students want. It's not students only, it's you know, people fighting, Mars, fighting for a revision of the laws about gun control. So it's an opposition to the government. The Capricorn, all those planets in Capricorn, like Saturn, they want to restructure the laws. Saturn's about restructuring, limiting. So what they're feeling is oppression and, of course, violence. Excuse me, violence and oppression. Capricornian, and corruption. And they're rising up, and they're standing up and want to change these draconian laws. And this march against gun violence, or assault, you know, to change our gun laws, assault weapons, against assault weapons that are, you know, we just have so many school shootings in our country. They want to change that. The students are standing up and want to change that. So they have announced their march on March 24th, which is perfect timing for to bring this into public attention, which it already is, of course, anyway, this violence, because Capricorn will be, Mars will go into Capricorn on the 18th. Mercury is in Aries, so that's communication. And Venus in Aries. So it will more than likely be a peaceful, intelligent demonstration in every city in America, you know, to bring this, to stand up and just say, you know, no more, we're not going to take this anymore. And, you know, they're going to have to listen. The government, it's going to be so in your face, in the whole world will be watching, and, you know, yeah. And so, yeah, they're going to have to listen, because also happening, Jupiter will be going retrograde in Scorpio on March 8th. So Jupiter in Scorpio is extremely passionate, and it's been very great for Scorpios this year. It's brought them good luck. It's probably increased their joint finances, and so it's going retrograde. But it is the ruler of Sagittarius. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces, co-ruler. And Jupiter represents education, law, and that is, and Scorpio represents that's passion. So there's going to be some very passionate debates, you know, and marches and confrontations with our government regarding education in our country, regarding not just education, but the violence in our country, in our educational system from assault rifles. And that is Jupiter going retrograde March 8th is really bringing that into focus, and people are very, very passionate about this. And anyway, that's what's going on with that. So meanwhile, Neptune is in Pisces still. Will remain in Pisces. But basically, it's the lineup. It's the lineup on the midheaven. It's the government, and it's the awareness. All of these planets in Pisces, it's all about spirituality and bringing the light. And unfortunately, it's taken this extreme, horrible violence to shine a light on these, these laws that need to be changed. And, we all knew there would be a showdown with the government, and one way or another with, with Pluto and Saturn, and Mars will be joining them. And so we knew something would happen. This is that something. This is one. This is like the main event. And so this is the showdown with the government regarding gun control in our country. So that's the highlight of the month. That's the highlight of the month. So anyway, I was talking about Pisces. Everything in Pisces, it's like there is a light and a spiritual awareness that shows in these kids, that are standing up. There hasn't been a revolution in our country probably since the 60s, when we were fighting for civil rights against the war in Vietnam. Pretty much the millennials, everyone's been pretty passive. They haven't really stepped out on an issue. And, this one, they've been forced. They've been forced through these horrific violence into action. And I hope everyone supports them, supports the students. I really do hope these laws are changed very soon. And they're calling BS. They are calling BS, on the laws, So I really believe there is a spiritual awakening, although it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it on a lot of levels, especially in the government. And, you're either for or against it. You really do need to take sides on this. But there is so much spiritual awareness, and that comes from Pisces. That comes from Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. It's all about spiritual awareness. Venus in Pisces is exalted in Pisces. Mercury. So it's like people are listening. They're finally tuning in and listening to, what needs to be done. And I guess I was asking myself, why now? Why not all the other school massacres we've had in our country? And now is the time. Now is it's just people are rising up and just saying we're not going to take it anymore. And a lot of that is just all those heavy-duty outer planets up in Capricorn, up in the midheaven, and yeah, and so the light, they want to bring light. They want to shine their light and bring their light through their sorrow and their grief and their hurt, and through the violence that was inflicted upon them through these draconian laws in the government. It's against the ARA, the American Rifle Association, that's in pocket with the government. And you know, the students are just calling them out. They're calling them out, and you know, yeah, I wish them well. I wish them well. I stand with them in this. Um, and I just pray that the result of this will be change. And of course it will be change. It will be change, we just don't know how soon. Because with Pluto up in the midheaven in government, there will be change. You know, and Saturn, you know, it's extreme hardship and restriction. And now Mars is just, you know, the fight is on. It's on. Mars in Capricorn. And so I'm hoping it will be peaceful change. And the revolution is about education. It's about education. It's about our schools. It's about no more school shootings. It's about keep your Second Amendment rights. You have the right to bear arms. You know, it's not doing away with the Constitution, but it's about corruption in government, the NRA in the pockets of our politicians, and you know, I really pray that these students will make a difference, and not students only, but you know, unfortunately, it was through extreme violence that they had to confront, you know, and I just really hope that people listen to them and that it's peaceful, and I believe it will be. I believe it will be on the part of them, on the part of them, on the part of the you know, these grieving, angry students, and you know, everyone supporting them. You know, I pray to God it's peaceful and they don't just call out the National Guard and start mowing them down. You know, I mean, God knows. That was going on in the 60s. It was going on in the 60s when they had peaceful demonstrations in Berkeley, UC Berkeley, and Kent State, you know, protesting the Vietnam War and civil rights. And some of the response from the government can be quite violent. So I am really hoping that they will stand up, be accountable, take responsibility, and change the laws. Yeah, it's time. It's time to change the laws, and you really can't ignore this. You really can't ignore this. It's in your face. It's all over the country, and it's all about education and gun control. And it's about our schools. So anyway, that's March. That's March. Yeah, if I skipped anything, I'll talk about it later. So anyway, I hope you all have a great St. Patty's Day for March. That's the highlight for me, March 17th, but I will definitely be tuning into the People's March on March 24th. You know, they've chosen the day, March 24th. So hopefully everyone will join them and we can bring some peace to our country. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you.